Hello everybody and welcome back to another Stellaris modding tutorial. About 4 months ago I got a comment asking about binary and trinary systems and I realized I never got around to it. I said I would, so this will be probably the last video for the solar system modding series. 4 months late, I apologize about that, life's been crazy, but let's get to it. Alright, let's start with P-type systems. So what we have here is just a very simple initializer that's just a star and a starting planet. Very simple. So how would we turn this into a binary system? For starters, we're going to need a second star class. And so now we have two stars. The problem is that they're both at 0. Now, I don't know how Stellaris calculates all this, but we should probably do orbit distance 10 and orbit distance 15. Let me check the wiki on that just to be absolutely certain. Yep, orbit distance 15 and 10. And then what we need to do is change this to RL binary stars. Give it a minute. There it is. And that is actually it. I think that's what we need to, that's all we really need to do. I'm going to actually also copy these orbit angles. Just that way we make sure that these work. I don't know what's going on. There seems to be something that causes binary and trinary systems to act a little bit funny, and they'll put the stars inside of themselves. So it's probably safe just to keep these orbit angles at what they are. Alright, let's give it a try and see what it looks like in game. Also, if you wanted to make it a certain type of binary system, Stellaris has a bunch of predefined ones that you will see on the screen now. And those are the ones that you can put here instead of class. RL binary stars just means it can be any of those binary star systems on the list. Alright, and if you wanted to add a third star, just do the same thing as before. But now, what the wiki is suggesting is change this orbit angle to 145, and this one to 70, and I am going to just assume that this will be an orbit angle of 0. And then we need to change this to trinary. Right? Yep. And that should work. And as you can see in game, it's working. We have all 3 of our stars spawned. I think I would I'd mess around with the orbit distances to make them all kind of equidistant, but I think this kind of gets the idea across. And to make S-type star systems, it's actually pretty somewhat simple. What you'll do is you take your planet that you want to move, and you will, it's kind of like what we did with moons, but instead of planets, it'd be planet. One thing to keep in mind is all this happens on, this is not just a line of code that, this is not just a line of code that gives different numbers and values. This also is what we call a scope. So while the code is running, you get, this is all in the star scope. And so when you call a planet in the star scope, it says, oh, there's a planet that's in orbit around this planet, or the star in this case. What I would also do is, I'm going to ramp up the orbital distances to something like Let's make them all 100. Just that way we can see it. And the same thing would be true for binary, just without a star. And with binary system, with RL binary stars instead. So let's take a look at that in game. Okay, yeah, maybe I didn't need to make the system that large. But yeah, now we got three stars, and you would just build out whole solar systems around this. Yeah, I would strongly suggest just playing around and dialing it in and see what you like. Let's make some changes to our system. If you want to dial things in, going to the miscellaneous system initializers and finding the system that you want to initialize is probably your best bet. Star has ring, no size, or distance. Let's put this at 0. Size 25, I think that should work. Planet. That's not where that is. Trinary 2, there we go. Let's see, star, distance 0, angle 0. I guess they're a little bit bigger in here, in binary and trinary systems, or not. Orbit distance. On star, distance. Yes, 145 should do it. Yeah, let's try that now. This is what it looks like. I cleaned it up a little bit, so the system's looking a little bit better. I think it looks a little bit bad right now because, well, simply put, there's not much in this system. But yeah, that's how you make trinary and binary systems. Yeah, hopefully you have everything you need to get started adding binary and trinary systems to your mods.